So this is my week 5 reflection on photo sharing, and I'm choosing to address the third option, which is talking about whether I can see an application for photo sharing in my personal life, or whether I see an application for it in my personal and professional life, and just talking about why or why not that may be. So first I'll talk about photo sharing in my personal life. I think with the advent of the smartphone, photography has become much more of a democratic process that it's easy for people to really actively engage in. And it probably goes further back than that if you want to look at the history of the camera, but I think the digital camera and the availability and affordability of a digital camera was instrumental in really making photography a thing that everyone can do. So it has connotations of being an art form, but it can also be used in a really everyday sense, and that's something that I really like about it. I'm not at all talented visually as a photographer, as my photographs are probably evidence of, but I really enjoy taking photos of little ordinary everyday things, because I think that's what life is about. So first from having a digital camera and then moving to an iPhone with the camera in it, over the past few years I've become fairly prolific at taking lots and lots of photographs and sharing them with friends. The main platform I used to use to do that was Facebook. I've sort of stopped doing that now, and I don't use it from my phone or from my desktop particularly at all. So I was happy to set up a Flickr account and engage in the activity for this week, which was to take a photo or to upload a photo of our own every day. I can really see that I could take to Flickr as a place for storing and displaying and sharing my digital photos. So it definitely has a place for me in my personal life, because it fills a bit of a gap that was sitting there with my fairly recent lack of enthusiasm towards engaging with Facebook for that reason. So I think I will continue to use Flickr for my personal photos, and I have also integrated it not only into my information programs blog, but to my personal blog as well. So there's a Flickr photo stream sitting there, which I think I will keep at this stage. In terms of photography or photo sharing being part of my personal professional life, I think this question goes back to what I've already been talking about, and what we've been thinking about in terms of our online identity, or our personal brand that is constructed through our engagement with these various Web 2.0 technologies. So as soon as I share something on Flickr, it can't, for me, it's not ever totally personal, because the line between the personal and the professional is very fluid and forever blurred now, I think, thanks to these technologies. And I think that's a good thing, and I also think, as I've probably said previously, that it doesn't matter if my online identity is a little bit incoherent. It's the assembling of that identity between, among the various platforms, so Twitter, my blog, now Flickr, now other places where I might choose to participate. That is what's interesting about the new world of the web, and I think to think that we need to have a coherent sort of single identity, public identity that we present to the world is a little bit unrealistic. For me, that's not what being human or being a person who lives in the world is about. We do act differently in different situations. We do present different faces to the world in different settings, and that, I think, goes for real life interactions just as much as it does and will do for more virtual or digital interactions. So for me, photo sharing is part of that active construction of the self that that occurs if I engage with Web 2.0 in all its various forms. And I think that's going to only be increasing.